are the huckleberries. Now we're going on to the peppers, and I am doing 2 of the orange spice because these ones are the ones that do the best in our yard. And I know you don't plant these ones very deep either. You can also pre-sprout peppers by taking a paper towel, moistening it, and folding a couple times and putting some pepper seeds in it, putting it in a Ziploc bag, and then putting it somewhere warm. That way you know which ones will germinate and which ones won't. These are brand new seeds, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with these at all. All right, so same kind of idea for these guys. Now, since I'm doing so many, I will just put 2 in here because I'm growing 12 of them instead of just the 6. So I'm pretty sure that I will have plenty of peppers. And try to make sure that your hands are as dry as you can get them, because you don't want to, you know, have the seeds sticking to your hands. And plus, if you put any of the seeds back from what you're putting in your hand to kind of space out, you don't want to introduce moisture back into your seed packet. That would be a bad thing, because then they could start growing mold, they could start sprouting. There could be a whole host of problems that you just don't want. And I'm not going to be using all of these, so I'll make sure that I have some left over for next year as well. All right, fun pepper fact. All right, so let's see. Peppers are, of course, varied in color, and you can see that. Let's see. I get down to my other ones. Like with this one, I've got orange, I've got yellow, I've got green, and you can also eat them pretty much when they're green to when they actually fully ripen. I've eaten these raw before, or not raw, well, yes, raw, but I've eaten them before they've actually turned orange before, and they're perfectly fine. So that's another cool thing about peppers as well. All right, cover those all up. They are also a good source of, let's see, vitamin A and C, potassium, fiber, and antioxidants. So they are wonderful. And the capsaicin in them also, if you're an herbalist, will know that if you put a little bit of capsaicin in some of your tinctures or something else that you're making, it actually acts like an activator and makes it better. So we also know that from the capsaicin, I have noticed that if we eat a lot of hot things, we don't get colds as often either. Now, the next thing that I'm planting is the yarrow, and this is a surface sow. So I'm just going to sprinkle these on top. I still do kind of firm these in just a little bit, but just barely touching them. And just to make sure that they're making good contact with the soil. Get a couple more out here. So I remember that last year, these, which I'll pretty much be using up this packet now, these ones didn't germinate quite as easily as some of my other seeds, like marigolds for sure, definitely do that easy. Okay, all right, I will be right back after I turn the tray around and we'll go over some more facts. Now that I have the tray turned around and I made sure that these are in the same order as what my labels are right here, we can start planting. And these ones, the petunias are also surface sow, and they're sticking to the little bit of, there's like a kind of a gummy sticky here to help you reseal, and they're sticking there. But I'll do the same thing with these because the seeds are really tiny, look almost like salt flakes, except for they're brown. So I'm just going to surface sow these. These ones sprout really well and easy. So I don't have to do quite as many as I do with the yarrow. In fact, I have some seeds left over I could put back. That's why it's important to keep your hands dry. Okay, so peppers and tomatoes both come in lots of varieties as well. For tomatoes, there's over 1,000 different varieties what I found online, and I was really surprised. I'm just like, wow, that's quite a bit of different varieties in tomatoes. So you can definitely find something that you like. And they also come in many colors, just like the peppers do, which is really cool. I thought that was interesting too. All right, now for these ones, they're sown 1/4 of an inch deep. And I can tell that these seeds are a lot larger because this is a larger pepper. The pepperoncinis get longer too than the regular ones. So I could definitely see how many I'm doing. And I'm going to do just 2 because they are really large in each hole. So I'm going to just plant these. And let's see, what is another fun fact? Peppers need warmth and sunlight. And I found for peppers and tomatoes, they both originate in the Americas, South America, you know, specifically. So I could definitely see why they need some heat and some sunlight too. So I'm going to cover those ones up. Just firm them down a little bit so they have good contact with the soil. Now we're going to move on to the jalapenos. And another thing that I love about peppers and tomatoes is that you can use them in so many different dishes across the world. You see them in like curries, you see them in different sauces, salsas. You know, you could just eat them raw, which Donnie likes to do. And I love that they can have so many different uses. All right, these ones are a little bit smaller than the other ones, so I'm going to go ahead and put 3 in each of these holes. And oh, there went one. So I was trying to grab a couple. So plant those up. And put down in the comments below, what is your favorite way to use peppers and tomatoes? For me, it's probably in salsa, and we have already gone through all of our salsa that we made last year, and it usually is like that. We go through it so fast, and then I miss it when it's gone. But we still have some of our spaghetti squash left, and I'm actually making one of those for dinner tonight. I had Donnie cut it open for me because there was no way with my restrictions I was going to be able to cut it open, and well, to be honest, most of the times I can't come open anyways, so I have him do that for me. Okay, banana peppers. I haven't grown the banana peppers before, and I'm really excited to see how they turn out because I like to eat banana peppers. They're really good, especially if you pickle them. I really like them. Let's see, banana pepper. Yep, these ones. Okay. And make sure that I'm not double planting in some of these. You could also not cover these up as you go along in case, you know, you get mixed up and like, oh, where did I just leave off? So that's another tip that you can use. Luckily, I've got them all labeled and I can tell where I'm going with each of them. So there's not as many of these in the packet with the free ones. So I'm just going to plant 2 per hole. And I think that should be fine. This is a lot of peppers, but you've seen my other videos and you've seen our pepper bed that's in the back, which will be different this year. I'll be growing corn and beans and melons, a 3-sister method, that we grow a lot of peppers because we really eat a lot of them. And Sebastian is starting to eat some of the more really, really mild ones. I'm not sure if he'll actually eat these ones, but he's at least giving it a try because I was telling him about how good the capsaicin is for you. So another thing I was looking up is, what is the world's hardest pepper? On record right now, it's a Carolina Reaper at 2 million Scoville. And Scoville is how they measure the capsaicin in there, how hot the pepper is. I will not be trying one of those. Donnie might. I will not try one of those. My stomach would be very, very angry with me for a long, long time if I did that. All right, now we're on to the tomatillos, which of course go great in salsa. If you have any recipes for how you use your tomatillos, put them in the comments below because I'd like to know other ways of how you can use these. But they are some of my favorite. I really love growing them because they're so pretty. They always remind me of like the Japanese lantern flowers, and that's why I like it. Plus they taste good too. All right, now these seeds are pretty small, so I'm just kind of sprinkling some in each of the holes. Let's see, another fact. So the other day, Sebastian accidentally ate some jalapeno sushi. He didn't realize that it had the jalapenos in it. And so he quickly found out that milk is one of the best things that you can drink if you've eaten a really spicy pepper because of the fat content, and it kind of helps take out some of that heat a little bit. So that's another good thing. You can also use like lemons or limes to also help cut that heat. So if you're making a spicy sauce, you know, and you can put in a little bit of lemon or lime to kind of help with that too. I found that out while I was looking up facts on peppers. All right, now we're up to our tomato. Yes, our last one, and then we'll be done and I can get this on the heat map. So let me see, what other is another fun fact? Let's see. I think I've gone over everything for the tomatoes. Oh, yes. So with peppers, they reduce inflammation, boost metabolism because of the capsaicin, and they also improve digestion. Now, I'm not sure about the digestion part for me, at least if it's too terribly hot. If it's really hot, then no, that does not help digestion for me either. And I usually have some milk handy so that I can drink that if I need to. We usually have milk in the refrigerator for like morning shakes and such. All right, last couple, and then we will be done. Here we go. I can't wait to try these Kellogg breakfast tomatoes. We did some beefsteaks last year, and they actually did really well for the first time in my yard. So I want to make sure that these do well too. I'm going to get them off to a nice good start, and I cannot wait to try them. Hopefully Brian has been right about these. So I'm really excited about that. All right, we'll be right back. Now that we have all of our peppers and our tomato plants planted, I want to go ahead and just spray a little bit of water on the top just to make sure that they're plenty moist, which they should be. The soil was pretty moist when I was filling the 6 cells, but just to make sure that they're moist on top. And that's just a spray bottle we use around the house, just has regular water in it. Then you go ahead and you put your dome on top. And then I always use a heat mat, and I have noticed a huge difference. And I'll put a picture up on screen because I'm going to have Donnie put those in there for me later on and finish getting that all set up. Another thing that you can do with the tomatoes is I will be transplanting these to solo cups, just plain old plastic cups. I think you've seen me use them before in my other videos. You can actually start them in there, and you can make sure to put holes in the bottom, and then you can put them in a tray like this if you want. I usually do because I have lots of these trays. And then you just fill it halfway with soil, put a couple seeds in, and as the tomato grows up, you add more soil because it's one of the few plants that will actually grow roots along its whole entire stem. So that way, by the time you plant them outside, they've got a really good root system. Plus, when I plant them again, I plant them even deeper in the ground, and I only leave a little bit of leaves sticking up on top. That way your tomatoes get a wonderful start. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I will answer to the best of my knowledge. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Happy gardening, everyone.